I started, once I got hired at Insomniac, I started DJing as well, kind of the full force of all, artistic side. I started producing, just really diving into stuff that I enjoyed, not so much to really make it or anything, but just, it was like a release, like DJing became, just a little side hobby that got me relaxed or, kept me through my days, and same thing with producing.
Yeah. Wonderful. You talked about having it as a release.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people think that this is an industry that you're gonna, there's a lot of stardom and a lot of fun that comes along with it, but that's not what, if you're really in for it, that's not what you're in for. You're, to see everyone cheering, to get everyone excited, to have a party where everyone is, forgetting about their bullshit for the night,
What's your personal angst that you have gone through that propelled you to discover that release?
At the time, it was me and I was with a girl that I'd been with since freshman to senior year, and we'd just broken up. And I feel like it was kind of a period where I kind of wanted to see what we were happy, but I felt like we weren't strong individuals at the time, and when I broke up, you really felt that because you're kind of alone and trying to figure out everything I once knew was part of a bigger sum, and I feel like that's what music was able to take me away from thinking about those things, and I've kind of suffered with depression quite a bit actually. I feel like it's one of those things that's so taboo that people don't really talk about it, but I feel like more and more artists are actually talking about it because it's something that's human nature and we all struggle with, at any point of life, so, whether or not you think that someone's on top of, a mountain, everything is all perspective.
Were you ever producing music while depressed, and does it give you more depth in the music itself?
More emotional for sure. Like, there's definitely periods of when I'm happy, I actually write shitty music. it's good music, like it's party music, I guess I would say. But the emotional chords kind of come from the shit that's going wrong.
Could you describe a particular moment in your life where you went through deep loss?
I think it goes back to that, it's so simple of a high school sweetheart relationship, sort of thing. My world got tossed upside down thinking that I thought I had what I thought was going on, and when you have a relationship completely torn apart, especially your first one, you maybe become over dramatic on certain stuff too. Like looking back on it, now it seems kind of trivial on a lot of the stuff, but everything to be your first errors or your first fuck ups, you feel it hard, and I feel like that. Yeah, it just goes back to that. That was the first time that I actually stepped away from, doing. I spent a lot of time, going to college, doing my, 9-to-5 job, trying to do the, by the book stuff, and it wasn't cutting it out, especially when I had that new huge void to fill. And I don't think I've looked back since with music. It's kind of, once I feel that was my release, it's just kind of been involved in it.
Yeah. Is there a particular song that you produced that reflects your pain and passion transformation?
Yes, but most of those are actually still and probably will never be released, because that's also a time that I was, as a DJ, it's not so hard to DJ. Once you get the mechanics of it, it's pretty simple, but producing is, you suck for years. Like, no matter how good you think your music taste is, the actual process of learning how to produce, you suck just for years. It's one of those things you just keep doing and to get better. And I had a lot of great ideas, I guess, during that time to what sparked what I am now, I guess, but it was not at a level of a professional grade yet. So those sit in my room. I don't really go back to those very often, but they're there for rainy days.
Yeah.
I think just life continues on, and you're gonna have more heartbreaks and problems or depressing issues that you face throughout your life, and I think those will come in time. Not that I hope for them, but I mean they will happen. So I mean I can always go back to those for inspiration, but I think I'm a big believer in moving forward, always pushing forward.
What do you consider love to be?
When you don't have to make it work, when it's just so seamless, like like I played a lot of sports, so I use sports references. But when you have doubles in tennis, it's actually harder to play with an added person on the court than it is by yourself to take up the amount of space. And I think that's when everything moves so fluid, when everything in life is just you guys just mesh in general. Like I have friends that have got me through everything that my current girlfriend has got me through so much of this. And, it's true love and happiness when everything just seems without force. I guess you don't need nothing needs to be forced. It's just everybody wants it, and it's just working out for everybody.
Now, how does that parallel with your musical process?
I find it actually to be my alone time. I feel like a lot of people are afraid of being alone. I was, for a while. Not just like being single or being alone in terms of when you go during the day you don't feel the depression so much, but at night when you lay in bed by yourself you definitely feel it, and you're awake with your own ideas. This is kind of one of those things that just gets me through to actually I feel like after I produce I can go to sleep. I kind of exhaust myself it's like how people go out and work out and kill the bad stress out of them, and then their bodies beat. That's how I feel with writing music. It's kind of just my own alone.
Are there moments where you feel stuck, feel anxiety? Is there moments where you cry?
Maybe in the first couple of years when I started producing. Now I've kind of got down like a system in terms of I know what I want. I know what I'm going for. There's definitely a lot of obstacles that every day you're learning. I could be in this for 10 years and still every day there's something you're going to learn. Music is so widespread and there's so many techniques and so many things. I could be here for 200 years and you'll never learn all the stuff. So I go in with a lot of open mind and just trying to learn and see what I can do. But
just moments where you felt stuck.
Yeah, so I feel there's definitely a lot of times when I feel stuck writing it's that's when you do a lot of collaborations. I'm lucky to have a lot of DJ friends who I can send something to and go, what am I missing? What's wrong here? And it's pretty. When 2 or 3 of them have the same response, you kind of know what to fix. But yeah, it took a couple years to get to that point.
To all the people out there, to all the college students, teenagers out there who are artistic and they know they're artistic, but they're so busy with either school or like work, trying to survive. What kind of advice do you have for them now that you've experienced your own struggles when you were younger?
I think it's really easy for people to say, you always hear the friend who's like, I would have played college or football, professional had I not sprained my ankle. It's just such an easy cop out. I could have told myself the same thing because I work like 60 hours a week at Insomniac. And the last thing I want to do sometimes is come home and write music, but just got to push through. And especially it's really defeating when, like I said, the first couple of years you suck. It's really hard to come home and want to write it and then suck doing it and just thinking that it's going to be better eventually along the road, but you just have to trust it. If you really love what you're doing, it doesn't really matter if no one's showing up. If nobody was showing up to these parties, they'd still be happy. My name's Smitty. I'm interviewing with The Love Story, and I too have loved and lost.
Thank you.